All right, gang, let's go ahead and do the warm-up just like usual. You know the drill. Do it, pause it, or pause it, then do it, and then come back and check. And I will do it as well. And okay, here are the answers to the mental math. We changed this to adding positive 16, so that was an 8. 1 to the 0, anything to the 0 power is 1. 1 times 1 is 1, so we get 2. All right? This, we take away 3 from both sides. We get 10p equals 60, so p equals 6. Okay, what we want to do here is get 10% of 320, which is $32. This, we move the decimal 1, 2, 3, so we get 0.75 kilograms. 12 is 1/6 of n, so that means 6/6 would be 12 times 6 is 72. All right, here we go. Let's look at these. These are called inequalities. See, the title of the lesson was Inequalities. What that basically means are relationships that aren't equals, okay? You're so used to doing equals. These are all the examples of inequalities. They're not all the examples. There's some other options. Okay, let's read it from left to right always. When we see this sign, we see it's kind of like blank is less than. We read it from left to right, just like English. So is less than is how that's read. This is read is greater than. Okay, write these in. This is read is less than or equal to. Or equal to. Okay. This one, yep, you probably guessed it, is greater than or equal to. So let's put it in an equality. How about this? How do we read this? We read it, x is less than or equal to 4. Okay. This is read, x is greater than or equal to 4. Okay, so we read from left to right. That's a big deal there. Now we're going to talk about something else. We are going to talk about graphing on a number line. Graphing not using 2 coordinates, but just a line. Okay, a number line. So we're going to first graph. Let me show you not the answer and then the real answer. Okay, what we want to do here is usually locate where we're going to put 0 and where we're going to put 4. Okay, so maybe put 0. I don't want you to go crazy and like write a bunch of numbers, but make sure 4 is not the one on the end. And then maybe I probably did more than I would expect, but so see what I did. I just made a number line and made sure the 4 was on here. Okay, and notice I did 4 over here then and not over here because I want to graph everything less than 4. So here's one way some people think about doing it. They go, oh, okay, well, if I graph or put a dot everywhere x is less than 4, well, 0 is less than 4. 1 is less than 4. 2 is less than 4. 3 is less than 4. In fact, 4 is it's less than or equal to. So 4 is less than or equal to. And so on. However, are those the only numbers? And then, all the way down. Are those the only numbers that are less than or equal to 4? What about 1.5? Is that less than 4? Yes. 2.5. So if we're dealing with all the numbers, we actually need to darken in between the dots. And so here's how we do it when we go down into negative infinity. You just color in that line all the way down. So this is how we graph. It's quite pretty if you ask me. So we have a closed circle on 4 because 4 gets to play. 4 is included. Okay, we're going to show you what it looks like when 4 doesn't get to play, when it's not the or equal to. Okay, we call this, I'm going to tell you, inclusive. Sorry, it's late, I don't know if I can spell tonight. And we call this exclusive, so write that down. Inclusive, meaning 4 is in this one, the 4 is out. Okay, so I'm going to draw my number line, and notice my sign flips. Now we're going to graph everything greater than 4. So now I'm probably going to put like 4 here, and because I know it's going to go to the right. All right, but the 4 does not get to play. It's exclusive. There's no or equal to sign. So what we do is we do an open circle right there. Okay, it means 4 is not in. However, 4.000000001 actually does get to play. Everything really close to 4, right after 4, gets to play, but not 4. So like 4 1/2, 4 1/4, 4 1/8, 4 1/16, 4 1/1,000,000th. Those all get darkened in, but we have an open circle at the 4. Okay, not too bad, but maybe new. Let's turn. Oh, well, I guess that's it. Now we just get to do practice. So you could shut me off if you want, and then come back and check out my graphs. Okay. In fact, I'm going to shut it off and then fill my graph at the end. All right. Here are the answers to the practice. We're going to graph all the numbers less than 2. Now it doesn't say less than or equal to, so we have a big open circle on there, and everything less than 2 is down below 2. Okay. On this one, greater than or equal to 1. So we find 1, and it's a closed circle, it's inclusive, and it's greater than or equal to, so it's everybody above the 1, including the 1. Okay, this one is inclusive because it's less than or equal to, so it's at the -1 and below, including the -1. Okay, this one is x is greater than -1, not including the -1. So we have an open circle, and it's everybody above the -1. Okay, and that is it. Bring questions with you next week if you have them on this. Okay, and we'll see you pretty soon.